At CDANZ, which is the Cook Islands Development Agency New Zealand, our vision is a prosperous and united Cook Islands people. We have a very large Cook Islands population in New Zealand, and we wanted to be able to connect those people and make sure that their wellbeing needs are met. Kia ora tātou katoa. My name is Bianca Herman. I work here at CDANZ, and my role is to lead our Enterprising Families team, supporting people to start small enterprises, helping them to be self-determining. And once they start that enterprise, they're really the masters of their futures or what success looks like for them. The starting point, or the most important part, I think, of the journey is connection, or we call that pirianga. When we engage with people, it's meaningful because we can go back and we can look, oh, this is what we know about you, and this is what we've been doing with you, and how can we help you further, or how can we engage with you in the future? Our ICT journey has been about how do we have an ICT system that matches the process of the service that we deliver. Another important, I guess, aspect for us in terms of our ICT has been to develop a way that we hold ourselves accountable and that we hold information and can extract the richness of what we do and present that to our funders. We were primarily managing our ICT or our systems using a Google-based system, a Google Drive, Gmail. Previously there was a tendency to attach and email someone a living document, so you can imagine keeping track of changes and versions becomes quite messy. We started our journey with Magnetism to build a better system for managing what we do. Sarah came out to us and she engaged with our team, and she met with each of the leaders of our core service to talk to us about what our needs were and what we were really looking for in our ICT system.
We were able to kind of crystallise their requirements and what they needed the system to do. So then we built a bit of a prototype, so in sort of the key areas like projects, community connector service, e-family service, and the actual taiake record itself, so the record for the person that they'd be supporting. Prototyping is such a good tool to use and an important part of the process, because that really gave the team at CDANZ the opportunity to see what the system would look like, roughly, and get their input at a really early stage. And so then really once they were happy with the prototype and the requirements, then I worked with a developer who put in any code that was needed, and then we went through obviously some internal testing and then handed it over to the team for their user acceptance testing.
Sarah was really able to connect with us, not just from the point of view of what you need at a practical level, but she took the time to understand what was important to us culturally. Working in our Cook Islands community in New Zealand, the cultural aspects were really important to us. And she also took the time to understand our purpose and our values. Because that understanding and that trust had been built in the early stages, what we were presented with at the very first testing session was almost there. It was almost complete because the understanding of what we needed was so thorough. Eke is a Cook Island word which means octopus. The idea behind calling our CRM Eke is that the octopus has lots of arms which reach out but ultimately all come back to the one body or the one head. So for us that was the way that we saw Eke, a way for the tentacles to be able to reach out into the various aspects of our organisation and services we provide, but with all of the information flowing back to the body and the head, one central point where we can all access it.
In Eke, there is a place for them to capture information on the people that they're supporting, where the team can capture the projects that they're working on. I mean, it's reasonably light touch, but it actually is pulling everything into one spot.
So we have staff members throughout New Zealand. I'm based in Rarotonga in the Cook Islands. Given that we're based in many locations, just immediate access to the information that we need and being able to talk to one another, send a link in SharePoint, direct one another to the exact document that we're talking about, always working from the same documents. After our system went live, we had some ongoing support. We had our wider team training. Of course, you're always going to have questions that you might have. So it was great to have that ongoing support. We could go back and check on anything that wasn't 100% clear for us or that we weren't quite certain about. Our funders require us to report to them quarterly. So our last quarter was the first time that we had been able to report exclusively from the information held in Eke. What would usually take us a week to extract the information and pull it together was done in a couple of days.
For Eke, it will be something that will evolve over time. Their CRM system is, they are changing, they're constantly bringing in new initiatives and have new ideas on how they can support the Cook Islands community, and so the CRM will need to evolve with them. What we've done so far is create a really good foundation system which kind of captures the key information that they're interested in reporting on and the information they need to help sort of manage the work that they're doing. But the next stage is going to be quite exciting because it will include Power BI for better insights into the impact they're having for individuals and then the families and communities. I really enjoyed working on this project with the team. They're a great group of people. They're genuinely committed to actually making a difference in the community and for Cook Islanders in New Zealand.
Enterprising families, we live and breathe in Eke. We're in that space every day. That's sort of what we have open on our desktop most of the time. There are places for us to record and store not just people's information, but a record of the connection that we've made with them, what's important to them, what's important to us, how are we engaging, how do we work together in the future, what does success look like for you, and how can we be part of that journey. Taking the time to understand that this is not just a commercial transaction, this is a how do we work together to make our services at Seedans better, because then ultimately we deliver more value to the families that we engage with, and that's the most important part of the process for us.